back with some more horror stories for you guys. So this is going to be a Mr. Nightmare video. I'm trying to like expand my horror things, like doing some Wednesday, also doing some like Mr. Nightmare, I'm Our Scary Tales, you know, like thriller teller, you know. Expand it a little bit, not just like Mr. Nightmare, because that's what I've been doing basically mainly. So I'm going to try to get back to Mr. Nightmare too. And of course continue doing Dhar Mann. I have no idea what this video is. All I know it's a Mr. Nightmare video. Okay. So we are approaching fall. So this doesn't necessarily meet the thing of fall, but 3 Chilling True Blizzard Stories Volume 2, so there was already part 1. Did I watch part 1 yet? If I didn't, you can mention it in the comments below and just say I didn't do part 1, because I probably didn't, knowing me. But maybe I did, I don't know. But yeah, it's a Mr. Nightmare video, it's about 12 minutes long. Before we do get started though, if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to like it, be sure to comment down below. Any other videos you want me to react to, any other channels you want me to react to. I don't know if YouTube's glitching or something, but it seems as if I've gained like, what, 20, 30 subs in a day, and I'm just like, what? Because I swear to God, yesterday I had like 3,685, now I'm at 3,708, and I'm like, likely a glitch, it's happened before. But if not, then you guys for subscribing so fast, because that's a lot for me, like 30 in a day, is that's insane. Anyways, without further ado, let's go. So that'll be fun. So we are approaching winter. Not really, it's not even October yet, but oh, we're getting there. Kind of meets the season. It is fall now, so I guess it's close enough.
It was almost a decade ago.
Decade.
I was in the Adirondack Mountains for a hiking and skiing trip. I rented an Airbnb cabin for the week, kind of nestled in its own private section of woods. Perfect for skiers and hikers.
Okay.
Though there was news of an incoming blizzard all of a sudden one day that week. I wasn't just going to cut my trip 3 days short though, and I already paid for it. I think it was a Friday, I don't remember. But I woke up that morning to knocks at the front door of my cabin. I looked out the window in my bedroom, and I was greeted with nothing but white sheets of snow covering everything, with heavy snow still piling on.
What?
I looked to the front door, and there was this woman in a parka who looked rather distressed. I quickly threw on a change of clothes and opened the
Never
door.
know, it could be set up, she could need help.
She was a 40-something-year-old woman. Her cheeks were red, and she looked freezing. She asked, in I guess as polite way as possible, if she could seek shelter here until the storm blew over. I figured it was the gentleman thing to do. So I invited her in and told her to make herself comfortable while I heated up some coffee.
It makes sense,
She
but
plopped
be
herself
careful.
down on the couch and asked if I lived here.
Be careful.
I told her it was just an Airbnb, then asked where she was coming from. She said she also rented an Airbnb up here, but she got caught in the blizzard and couldn't find her way back. She said her name was Meredith. I handed her a cup of coffee, but she refused it and said she was really tired. Then she asked if she could just rest on the couch. I allowed it, though, as I ate my breakfast. I can't lie, I felt really awkward.
To me, it's like, you're doing a good deed and stuff like that. Like, I get it, you want to let them in and stuff like that, but then, again, you never know if they're a bad person, right? Like, that's the scary thing. Like, you don't want to be a dick, but it's like, you also need to think about yourself, too. Like letting her in to, like, warm up, of course. Of course, if she doesn't seem sus or anything, and she's being really nice about it, and she doesn't have no freaking, like weapons on her or some shit, then of course let her in. Like, she's, like the poor thing is freezing, you're in the middle of nowhere. Of course, let her in. But be careful, monitor it. Like, she wants to go to bed, it's kind of like, it's a little sus, you know, like sleeping, I don't know. Like, I would not go to bed until she's gone, that's 100% for sure. Yeah, just be careful, I get it, but just be careful, because you just never know what some people are planning, so let's go.
I didn't really know what to do after my breakfast. I didn't feel comfortable just hanging in the living room kitchen area, so I went back to my room to watch TV.
I'll make sure she's not doing anything.
The snow was really coming down outside, and the wind was so aggressive that the whistling shrieked through the windows. Not too long after, another knock at the door. I once again looked out the window. This time there was a man outside. I went to open the door, with Meredith now sitting up on the couch, asking who it was. I told her I don't know, then I opened the door.
It's someone she knows.
It was like deja vu, because the man basically gave the same story, that he was caught in the blizzard and needed a place to stay.
That is sus.
At this point, having already let Meredith in, I had to let him in too. I told him the same thing I told her, make yourself comfortable.
Oh God.
He introduced himself as Mark. Meredith and Mark. They introduced themselves to each other as well, and they had a laugh at the fact that they were both in the same boat. Then they both kind of playfully praised me for letting them in.
Okay.
Meredith seemed more lively now, more open to conversation. So we talked about a bunch of random stuff, until there was nothing really left to talk about.
Okay.
The day dragged on into the night. I It grew dark and cold inside the cabin. The
They're
snow
not-
was showing no signs of receding.
That's the thing. They're not
Now
gonna leave at
forgot
nighttime
whatever
either.
food was in the fridge throughout the day. Unfortunately for me, it seemed it was approaching that time that I had to designate where they would be sleeping. But Meredith kind of did that for me. She asked if I would allow the two of them to stay here for the night. I had to say yes. So they both slept on the couches. I slept in my room, of course.
Mixed feelings about that.
I fell asleep rather easily, with the
Very.
knowledge that my belongings were under my bed and couldn't be easily stolen by these two strangers.
Lock your door.
I'm usually a heavy sleeper, but this night I woke up to a loud thump.
Oh no.
I sat up.
So it
The
begins.
door to my bedroom was open, and the sound of the outside wind was incredibly loud. I discovered the front door to the cabin was open too, and neither Meredith nor Mark were on the couch. I went out to the porch for a second,
They
just
escaped?
to look into the woods.
Okay, bye. Don't come
There were
back.
fresh-looking footsteps leading into the snow, and I could see Meredith just standing out there in the snow, facing me,
What?
holding what looked to be my travel bag. I yelled at her to come back here, along with a few choice words. I ran to my room to get my boots. As I rushed to put the boots on while on the couch,
Shit.
I noticed my bedroom door was now shut. I 100% did not close that
Oh
door.
no.
Was I about to open it? Hell no.
It was a setup.
Especially not after I heard footsteps on the other side of the door.
Oh no.
I got my boots and coat on and ran to the front porch again. And now Meredith wasn't alone. Someone, a man, I couldn't tell if it was Mark or not, was standing next to her, holding her hand. And they were both facing the house.
That's so
I didn't
creepy.
care about the bag anymore. I ran to
Fuck.
my Jeep and drove through the 3 feet of snow. There had to be more than just those two people in the house that night, because someone else was in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I was too nice. I let my guard down with two strangers, and I paid the price. I'm just happy they didn't kill me, though. Somehow I got the vibe they were trying to do more than just rob me of my bag.
I can't believe it because, like, you know, like you want it, like you don't want to be a dick, but like, what if those people are actually nice and innocent and not dicks? You know what I mean? Oh.
My older brother and I used to love to play out in the snow. We lived by the woods. I'm not giving my town or state or any other details of our location, though.
Good. Don't.
One night, our parents let us go outside to play in the blizzard. We figured playing hide and seek would be fun since the footprints in the snow would create a new factor in the game.
And it's just
So I
all
was the
white.
one
Like
hiding
it's
first.
just everything's white.
We were playing in the woods with flashlights. I turned mine off once I found a place to hide, just to not give away my location. I ducked down in the deep snow between two big trees. I tried covering my tracks in the snow, but I couldn't possibly get all of them.
I assume it's daytime.
I saw my brother's flashlight in the distance, coming in my direction. He was definitely going to find me, so I ran in the dark, deeper into the woods. I definitely lost him because I didn't see his light anymore.
Do you have a phone or
I
anything?
turned it off.
In case of emergency.
Also, we knew these woods, and I knew which direction I was going. I wasn't going to get lost.
Okay, if you say so.
Eventually, as I kept walking, though, I found another trail of footprints. They seemed like they were left there only a few minutes ago.
There's somebody
I
else.
started following them,
Oh no.
expecting to find a deer at the end. As the footprints became more fresh, however, I started to realize they were boot prints, not animal footprints. This also meant I was getting closer to whoever just left these boot prints.
Mm-mm.
I was thinking at first that it was my brother. Maybe he ran past me without me hearing it.
No, it's not your
I only
brother.
thought that because I didn't see how or why anyone else would be out here in the middle of a blizzard.
Well, maybe for the same
With
reason
my
as you.
light still on, I noticed something black sticking out of this big pile of snow, which seemed to sit right next to the boot marks. I stopped and examined it, and brushed some of the snow off the object. I brushed enough snow off to realize it was a big black garbage bag. This didn't look good. I already smelled something foul in there.
Oh no.
Garbage? That's what I was hoping for.
Garbage. Okay.
I tried to find the opening of the bag, and eventually just gave up and tore the bag open with my nails. I gagged the instant I saw what was inside. A decomposing human body. When I say gagged, I'm talking coughing loudly and uncontrollably in shock and disgust.
Oh
and I
my
think I
God.
gave away my position to my brother.
Well,
because
who cares
as
about
soon
your
as
brother
that
right
started
now?
shining on me,
Or who cares about hide and
I turned
seek?
to him, his light in my face. I made a hand motion signaling for him to run, like go home. Rightfully so, he was confused and kept approaching me. So I ran to him and told him to turn off his flashlight. I
Go
pointed
before
at
you
the
get-
bag and whispered what was inside.
Go before you get
He
killed.
didn't believe me, even after I begged him to just go home with me. He went to the bag to see for himself, and when he saw I wasn't lying, he put his hand over his mouth. As the older brother, he started guiding me and nudging me back to the house, trying not to make a sound.
Now you want to go.
Though, as we moved, we kept looking back, thinking we heard footsteps in the snow behind us. We moved faster every time. He had to keep the flashlight on, otherwise it would be pitch black. Then, I think at the same time, we both looked back after hearing a footstep again, and saw about 50 feet away or so, there was someone standing there, right in the light of my brother's flashlight, watching. From there, we ran all the way back home.
Fucking booted at that
Ben yelled
point.
something at us, but neither of us could make out what he said.
Fuck.
We got back to the house 2 minutes later.
Literally dodged a bullet or something.
Who called the police to report the dead body. The police came and asked us a bunch of questions, and they sent out a search team based on our description of the location. They didn't make us go back out there. The search turned up no results, but they resumed the next day in the daylight, which was when we were asked for assistance in retracing our steps. We did the best we could, but the body was never found. It wouldn't be much of a surprise if whoever was out there moved the body after realizing there were 2 witnesses. We were literally just little kids when this happened, and we were still being followed by possibly the person who hid that body there to begin with.
That's petrifying.
I still wonder if we just narrowly escaped with our lives.
It's fucking terrible. Like, all you're trying to do is play hide and seek, and that shit happens? Oh my god. As a kid, too, I wouldn't even be able to comprehend what's going on.
It started on the night of the first snowstorm of the year. I was off the next day for work, so I was just relaxing in my bed watching a movie, drinking hot cocoa. All of a sudden, something hit my window that nearly gave me a heart attack.
A rock?
I
That was
looked
pretty
out the
loud.
window and saw the fresh mark of a snowball having just
Oh.
splattered over the glass.
That makes sense.
I opened the window to look
A
outside.
rock. Why the hell would I think of
Heard
rock in a
kids laughing.
snowstorm?
Well, that answered that. I closed the window again, and my attention shifted back to the movie. Not too long before a second pow at the window, followed by the kids' laughter. This time I ignored it. I knew that by giving the kid a reaction, they would keep going. Apparently that worked, because no more snowballs were thrown at my window that
As long as they don't break my window,
The
I don't
next
care.
night, though, it happened again. This time while I was asleep. I woke up to a much louder and more ferocious bang at the window from a snowball. I opened the window and took a look outside. Though it wasn't snowing anymore, I still couldn't see too far out onto the lawn. Though I did hear the laughing of the kid again. It was a boy's laughter. It sounded like a 10-year-old. I yelled something out the window at him. I think it was a threat, but nothing too serious to be directed at a child. It didn't happen again that night.
Good.
The
Just
next
get 'em
day,
off.
a lot of the snow had melted, but most of the ground was still covered in a white sheet. After turning off my light in my room, I lay awake, anticipating and dreading the sound of a snowball hitting the glass that would
It's like
once
I-
again make me jump out of my skin.
Like, I just want to fucking go to
Just like
bed.
clockwork, it happened. That goddamn kid was back. I was ready this time. I jumped out of bed and looked out the window. This time, I saw just for maybe half a second the back of a kid running away into the darkness.
A kid or a man?
I threw
There's
on
a
my
difference.
shoes and coat and ran outside to find him. I found where his footsteps started at my window, and I followed them. I ran as fast as I could, trying to catch up to him. His footprints led me down a grass field until I reached a road.
Grass
The
field.
footprints stopped at a big sycamore tree.
That's creepy.
Wrapped around it were 2 white bands of flowers. There was also a wooden cross planted in front of the tree. It was a memorial for a fatal car crash here.
What?
I double and then triple checked to see if the footsteps went any other direction, but they mysteriously stopped right there.
What?
I walked back home and went to bed, a bit disturbed.
What?
The next day I did some research and inquired with some locals, and I found out a mother and her son died in a car crash running into that tree. When I learned this, I got goosebumps, but I didn't want to find out how old the son was. I couldn't bring myself to do it. God forbid the son was around 10 years old. I'd forever be haunted by this, even more so than I already am. The next night, I thought I heard a child's laughter outside my window, but it may have just been my imagination running wild.
It could be.
I had to take sleeping pills for a whole month, just so that I wouldn't be awake terrified all night.
I don't even know what to say to that, because like I remember playing during snowstorms and just like playing in the snow. Like I always have to like wipe off my mom's car because she always had to go to work and stuff like that. Like I remember always doing that, but like I never had any kind of like scary experiences ever in the snow. Like I remember I fell and like broke my teeth. Like that's not really a horror story, just a painful story, I guess. But nothing like scary, kind of like life changing. Like oh my god, you know, like nothing like that. So it's like these poor kids, man, and this poor guy just trying to freaking sleep. Like you know what I mean? That would be annoying, 100%. Like I'm just trying to sleep here. Fuck off. Like you know what I mean? Can you not do that? Thank you. That'd be great. If you just did not do that, that'd be fantastic. So apparently it's a ghost or something. But it's like, what was knocking at his window then? Steps were. I mean, maybe it's a setup. Maybe he purposely went over there. But then how did the steps disappear right at that spot? It's like the kid that died was walking over there, even though he's dead. He can't friggin' throw a rock at your house, or a rock. He can't throw snowballs at your house if he's dead. He can't. He can't. You're dead. You can't throw shit. You're dead. Like what? Like what? A dead spirit's just gonna freaking grab my camera and shove it on my head? No, that's not possible. I hope. Knock on wood. But yeah, like that's just not how shit works. So I do not understand. I don't understand. I don't. So I'm just kind of confused here. Don't really know what to say. I guess with that being said, that's the end of this video. But yeah, be careful during blizzards. Be careful during anything, to be honest, because like this can happen. It doesn't need to be a blizzard. It can be anything. I could literally be watching horror stories while experiencing a horror story, like a break-in, or I don't know. Anything can happen at any given moment. That's the scary fucking thing. Like you just don't really expect it to, but that's why you gotta expect the unexpected. So with that being the end of the video, I will say stay safe, be careful, love your surroundings and all that. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like, be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications as well. Once again, I saw like 20-30 people subbed, unless it was a glitch. 20-30 people supposedly subbed in the past 24 hours, which I'm very thankful for. Thank you guys. Maybe I will be able to reach my goal of 4,000 before the end of 2021. I still got over 4 months left. Sorry, over 3 months left. And I have under 300 subs left to do it. So I can basically do 100 subs a month and I'll be good. So how many subs is that a week? Was 100 divided by 4? Am I stupid? 20, 40, 60, 80, 25, 50, 75, 25 subs a week. Can we do that, please? Can we do that? If we can, that's great. If not, then fuck. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Any other suggestions, anything like that, let me know in the comments below. And let me know your thoughts, what you guys think happened. What did you think was in that third story? Do you think it was someone just like playing a prank? Because if you heard a kid laughing, it's like you hear a kid laughing unless it's all in your head, which it definitely is possible. But what do you think? What do you guys think happened in the last story? I'm really curious. So please let me know your thoughts. That being the end of the video, I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys for watching. Deuces.